that have shaped us into the people we are today. All of these people and opportunities have created a foundation for who we are as people. We owe part of our success to you. So as we move forward from this point onward, let us honor our handles by going out into the world and operating as independent people who reflect them in our kindness, intelligence, and perseverance. Next time we meet, we will be different people, and yet, let us not give up on connecting with each other. Any school can strive for excellence in test scores, state titles, and high grade point averages. And yet, if that is all that a school can accomplish, then it has surely failed. Great Hearts Western Hills focuses on something different. The faculty has chosen to see and develop our attitude and our character before they focus on academic accomplishments. Rather than just teaching us facts, they have connected everything we learn to our development as human beings. They have instilled us with virtue, instructed us carefully, and shared their wisdom with us. I have seen every single one of my classmates grow so much in character during their time here. I want to challenge you to live out the things we have been taught, not in textbooks, but in what it means to be a good person. Walk in integrity with humility and continue to serve others. Offer kindness when it is least expected, and don't be afraid to take responsibility for your actions. As we go from this point onward, seek the truth, goodness, and beauty in everything. Please welcome my classmate, your valedictorian, Carmela Aguilar.
Before I start, I want to thank my fellow graduates for all the memories that inspired this speech. I am humbled by this honor, knowing that this accomplishment speaks to the fact that I am surrounded by immense love and support. Additionally, I was kindly reminded by some of my classmates to try not to make it cheesy or cliche, so I will do my best. This year, I'm sure many of you are asked, how does it feel to be a senior? Since we have always been the oldest class on our campus, my instinctive response was always, I've been a senior since I was in 5th grade. We've always been the leaders, the responsible ones, the guinea pigs. For those of us that have been here since 5th grade, it has been an 8-year journey, always as the upperclassmen, being charged for setting the example without anyone to set the example before us, learning alongside the teachers how to make our community thrive. As we walked the halls of both the upper and lower schools for our senior walk, I know we all felt the impact we've made, the example we set for the classes to come, which is arguably the most important thing we have done as a class. We grew up differently because our input mattered. If we wanted to make new traditions, we did. If we had ideas to help shape the school culture, those ideas were integrated into the fabric of the school. In many ways, the school grew up around us. We went on the first DC trip where we were elated with the newfound freedom Ms. Logan's cover gave us, allowing us to view our nation's capital from a hotel rooftop. Mr. Richardson was always laser-focused and calculus, teaching derivatives and reciting Hamlet's monologue, all in the same class period. We shared Ms. Harden's love for our small furry mammals and took part in her disdain for the lingering spilled cologne fragrance coming from the small stain on stage right. In Humane Letters, we discussed St. Augustine's Ordo del Amores, intermixed with Lord Mr. Kahn's past life in New York. We discussed Plato's definition of justice in Dr. Damascus's class and grammatically analyzed statements about Bonaventure the cat. Some of us learned how to decline Latin nouns while happily joining in on Ms. Wheeler's drawing prompts. Skis. No matter how many times Mr. Mulrod asked if we had any questions, concerns, or curiosities, we will all still just be running on hopes and dreams, at least according to him. Our unique experience and wonderful accomplishments are a testament to the countless hours our teachers and mentors have poured into us. Great Hearts is unique in that our education focuses on that which is true, good, and beautiful. Humane Letters is special. Through HL, we have the truly learned philosophy, Philo, the love of, and Sophie, wisdom. Presented with situations from classical literature, we are able to apply them to our own life and allow our personal experience to seep into seminar, learning by listening and being listened to. Understanding that there is beauty and simplicity through Antonia, or finding value in suffering alongside Odysseus. This is why the answers are never outright given to us, but it's through questioning we are guided to critically think about what human nature means and discover for ourselves. After all, nothing is so well learned as that which is discovered. In the senior year, we've had opportunities to grow as a class and as individuals. As we have made decisions that will shape our lives for years to come, we are coming to terms with the fact that this will be one of the greatest transitions of our lives. We are no longer the kids that entered the school when it was freshman year. We are the young men and women who have set the bar. It was never about the characters or formulas, but the love of discovery and the humility required to become the people we are meant to be. As Spartans, we now have the responsibility to never settle for simply the utility of knowledge, but to marvel in the joy of discovering truth and the beauty of a virtuous life well lived. We are young adults who know how to think for ourselves, how to understand complex concepts, and honor the relationships in our lives. High school wasn't meant to last forever, and these relationships we have built will guide us on our new paths in lives. I am so thankful to each and every one of you for making our grade, our first graduating class, so special. And thank you to all our teachers who have taught us lessons we will never forget, and virtues that have shaped us as people. We are now capable of facing difficult things in life, and beating the frogs first, because of this preparation. I would like to leave you all with a quote, which I think sums up what I have learned in these last 8 years. What the world often perceives unnecessary is what I will cherish the most. Friendship is unnecessary, like philosophy, like art. It has no survival value. Rather, it is one of those things which give value to survival. See you soon. Please welcome the house captain and wagons to close our student life chapter as seniors at Great Hearts Western Hills.
It has been a ritual established from the beginning that a fire's flame should symbolize the spiritedness or thumos that every Spartan house has, and the togetherness we all feel as members. As a part of that ritual, the flames of each house, as they are today, were presented and lit beneath the parent flame of the Spartan fire at each formal house assembly. The presence of those flames has held great significance for us. Greek mythology weaves the fantastical tale of Prometheus, who, of compassion, gave mankind fire, so that mankind, in turn, could have the comforts necessary to thrive. The spirit of our house flame is a consistent reminder that we are not alone in our academic journey. Today, as we leave behind our beloved academy, and the lessons we've learned, and the memories we've made there, we focus on the central Spartan flame, a fire that has roots in the legend of the Phoenix, the ending of the old, and the creation of something new. My fellow seniors, as each house flame is extinguished, let us carry with us all of what we have experienced as we embark on our next adventure. Courage, self-control, justice, wisdom, virtuous friendships, goodwill, and the value of good fellowship. A servant's heart, and the truth that every obstacle is not a setback, but the way forward. Here at last, dear friends, on the edge of new horizons, comes the end of our fellowship here in Great Hearts Western Hills. Go in peace.
invited Dr. Toyin Atalabi to offer today's commencement address. Dr. Atalabi is a dear friend of mine and of Great Hearts Academies. She has served Great Hearts since 2011 in many capacities, including teacher, dean, and headmaster. She is currently the executive director of Great Hearts Christos in Phoenix, Arizona. Education, though, has been a part of her life ever since she was a very little girl. Growing up in a Nigerian family who instilled in her the importance of education. She volunteered at her aunt's elementary school where her mother was a teacher. As an English language learner herself, she understands the importance of building literacy through the reading of the great books. Her love for children and education prompted her to co-found and direct the Agape Foundation School, which is a classical school that still exists to serve underprivileged children in Nigeria. She also launched the Lighthouse Consulting Group in 2022 to provide training, coaching, and consulting services for parents, teachers, administrators, and caregivers that need her support. Dr. Atalabi and I met when we taught together at Archway Arte in the 2014-15 school year. Her passion for people, especially those who lack advantages, has been an inspiration to me. She was the one who inspired me to join Great Hearts Western Hills 5 years ago. So it is fitting for her to bring her spirit of encouragement to our seniors before they leave us. Please join me in welcoming my dear friend, Dr. Toyin Atalabi.
Faculty, well-wishers. It's such a beautiful day to be here with the graduating class of Great Hearts Western Hills, and I rejoice with you this morning. It's not easy to be in that seat, so I just want to remind your parents to celebrate you all in a very big way today. I titled my message to you all today, Dare Graduates. But I also added a little piece to it at the end, dare to stand out. That's my message to you this morning. Thank you again, Mrs. Campbell, for having me. It's indeed a privilege to be here. I want to thank our faculty and staff who have poured their hearts into these young ones who are about to light their world. And of course, to the parents who have labored for them. In the labor not wavering, I pray that they all grow up to serve you in the capacity in which you serve them. What are you standing on? How do you stand out? You cannot stand out if you do not know what you are standing on. The Greeks, they understood this. The question I want to ask you today is deeper, it is older. It is the question the ancient Greeks carved into the stone above the temple of Apollo at Delphi 2,500 years ago. Two words that started an entire civilization's search for meaning. Not being certain, know thyself. And that's my question to you today. As you transition out of the four walls of Great Hearts Western Hills, do you know who you are? Some of you have been told your whole life, sometimes in words, sometimes in the way the world looked at you and decided what you were. That where you come from determines where you can go. That your family's income is your ceiling. That you should aim for realistic and be grateful for good enough. I dare to say that is a lie. And today we will bury those thoughts because you can stand out with them. Epictetus was one of the most influential philosophers in history. He was born a slave, and I am not speaking metaphorically. A man in chains whose master broke his leg. He had no money, no connections. But he said something that's really, really profound that I've always held very close to my heart. He said, no one is free who is not master of himself. He stood out not because of his circumstances, he stood out because his mindset was different. I want to remind you, as your colleagues have reminded you this morning, and your headmaster, you have been educated in the classical tradition. That means a lot. It means you have studied great thinkers, read texts from great thinkers, wrestled with questions that have shaped the greatest minds in Western civilization and around the world. You have not received a second-rate education dressed up in a fancy name. You have received the education that kings, philosophers, and revolutionaries have received. The trivium of grammar, logic, and rhetoric. You know how to learn, how to think, and how to speak. Those three skills will take you anywhere in the world and give you a seat at any table that you want to sit at. But it begins with understanding and knowing thyself. I remember when I was going to start my journey with Great Hearts, people had told me I could not teach for Great Hearts. And the reason was simple. They said I had an accent and I was raised in a third world country. One of the things that moved me the most is when somebody says to me, "You can't do this." That's all I need to get the action in swing. Not only did I do it, I moved from one level to another. My first year as a teacher, my students told me, without their parents knowing, that unlike the teacher, their parents were so disappointed that the teacher with an accent in school happened to be their children's teacher. Fast forward to my second year, parents again, they were crying in the hallway saying, "Why is my child not in Tony's class?" I share this with you not to sound prideful. I share it with you because if you know yourself and what you are rooted in, you can climb mountains. You have received a classical education and it has given you the tools of learning. Now you can do anything if you're willing to put in that hard work. I want to send a note of reminder. There's a proverb in Nigeria where I come from that says that a tree that has no roots, the wind will lay it flat. You have roots. Roots of family who have come to support you today. Roots of community, of struggle, of survival. Do not be ashamed of a single one of your roots. But notice, the root exists to hold the tree up, not to hold it down. You are not your zip code. You are not the third world nation you grew up in. You are not your tax bracket. I learned that pretty quickly when I came to this part of the world. You are not the lowest expectations someone set for you in first, third, or fifth grade. Know who you are. Stand on it, and then you stand out. Standing out is not about being noticed. It's about being so relentlessly committed to what is true, what is good, and what is beautiful that the world cannot move away. How do you stand out? We will talk about two virtues that's very important for you to stand out. The first is magnanimity. And magnanimity, I'll imagine that you had these conversations while studying the Nicomachean Ethics. There's a quieter enemy than doubt and more dangerous than failure, and it lives in the chest of every person in this room who has ever thought that is not for people like me. When I became headmaster, I had an executive coach, and the executive coach looked at me one day and said, "Tony," this was before I started, he said, "What are your fears about becoming a headmaster?" And I said, "Do you really want me to be honest with you?" He said, "Yeah, that's what I want." I said, "I'm just terrified that as a woman of color with an accent, people will just not listen to me. Parents will not listen to me." And he said, "Tony, I've heard that from people that look like you, but I wasn't expecting that from you because I know you to be someone who knows who she is sharing back. Sometimes the voices that try to stifle us, they are on the outside, which I heard before I became a teacher. But sometimes that voice that threatens your growth and your success could actually be within you. And for that next level that I was at, the naysayers were not outside of me. It was that quiet voice inside of me telling me I could not do it and I wasn't good enough. I'm talking about fear, not the loud, dramatic kind, but the slow, whispering kind that convinces you to lower your head before you raise it. You see those little ones in second grade, they want to answer a question and they put their hands back down. That voice that tells you to shrink your dream before you speak it, to edit yourself down to a size the world finds comfortable. And for those of us who come from humble beginnings, we grew up watching our parents stretch $20 into a week of meals, who learned early that the world does not hand things to people from our zip code. Fear wears a particularly convincing disguise. It dresses itself up as wisdom. It calls itself being realistic. It says, be grateful for what you have done and do not ask for more. I dare you to ask for more. I dare you to go into rooms where people like you would not normally go into. Aristotle had a word for the person who accepts less than their worth. And I love this word. I use it underneath my breath when I meet people like this. He called them microcycles, small-souled people. We haven't raised you to be small-minded of any kind. We haven't raised you to be small-souled. And he did not mean it as a compliment, just to say. He meant it as a warning. Fear will tell you to stay small. Your background will whisper that small is safe. But safe is not what you were trained for. And I want to say it again in front of your headmaster and the teachers. Small is not what you were trained for. We want to see your names in the skies of excellence. We want to read that you found the cure for cancer. We want to read that you were the greatest police chief in your neighborhood. That's what we want for you. We want to hear that you became a teacher that made a difference in the life of a child who didn't think they would attain the same kind of education. The distance between where you are and where you belong is never as far as fear makes it seem. Magnanimity from Latin means magnus animus, meaning greatness of soul. Aristotle considered it the crown virtue. The magnanimous person is someone who considers themselves worthy of great things and is actually worthy of them. You are worthy of great things. It is not arrogance. Arrogance is claiming you are what you are not. Magnanimity is rising to meet the greatness that is already within you. Seneca puts it this way: it is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that things are difficult. You begin to wonder, why am I not making progress? You're not making progress because you don't tell yourself who you are and that you're worthy of great things. Dare, graduates, dare to apply to the program everyone says is out of your league. Dare to apply to teach for great hearts even when they say you have an accent. Dare to walk into a room where no one looks like you and take your seat at the table, not because you were invited, but because you prepared for it. And you belong there. Dare to pursue what makes your heart race, not what makes you feel safe. But magnanimity alone will not make you impressive. It will not make you good. For that, you need a partner. Magnanimity always goes alongside humility. You can't have magnanimity and not be humble. The world has lied to you about humility. The world says humility is thinking less of yourself. That's not humility. C.S. Lewis said, humility is not thinking less of yourself. It is thinking thinking of yourself less. Magnanimity says, I was made for greatness. Humility says, and I will use that greatness to lift others up. Magnanimity affirms your own dignity. You have an elevated vision of yourself that you're worthy of great things. Humility affirms the dignity of others. That this greatness that is inside of me, I am going to use it to make a difference in the world. I'm going to use the greatness within me to help other people be great themselves. I challenge you, think big, stay grounded, stand out. There's a Nigerian proverb that says, no matter how tall a tree grows, it still draws water from the earth beneath. I'm not asking you to stand out and be full of yourself. No matter how high you rise, and you will rise. Never forget the people who watered you when you were still underground. Your parents who labored for you. Check in on them. Call them as often as you can. Continue to tap from the wisdom of their old age. Maybe they're not too old, but continue to tap from the wisdom, of their existence. They've been here before you. The teachers and the administrators who stayed late and never gave up on you. Your grandparents who picked you up from school. The entire community that carried you. Take them with you. That is what standing out looks like when it is done right. To stand out, there are storms that are waiting for you ahead. I want to talk about two other virtues, and they go hand in hand as well. It's courage and forbearance. Courage is one thing. Courage says, I am afraid, but I'm going to do it anyway. It's going to get hard. Not might, not will. There will be rejections and empty bank accounts and mornings when you wonder if people who doubted you were right. No, they were not. But the doubts will come, and when it comes, you will need forbearance. Forbearance is the grit to stay on it when everything says quit. So courage means you choose to do it. What gets you through the journey is the fortitude to stay on it. We call that forbearance. Let me tell you the story of a Chinese bamboo tree. The Chinese bamboo is planted, watered, and tended. And after the first year, you don't see anything. Nothing happens. Second year, no sprout. Third year, no sprout. Fourth year, no sprout. The naysayers are passing by and saying, oh my goodness, what a worthless effort. 5 full years of faithful work, and the ground looks exactly as it did the day you started. But on the ground, the bamboo is building a root system so fast that when it finally breaks the surface in year 5, it grows 90 feet in 6 weeks. The world will call your breakthrough an overnight success when you sprout after 5 years. You will know it was 5 years of showing up when no one clapped. Some of you will have bamboo seasons. Seasons where classmates from easier backgrounds seem to be rising effortlessly, while you are still digging in the dark. Do not believe the silence. The roots are growing and your moment will come. Stay on it. To stand out is to refuse the counterfeit and pursue the eternal truth over trend, goodness over popularity, beauty over spectacle. Stand out by outlasting every obstacle that stands between you and your purpose. The next thing I want to talk about is being your purpose. You already have the 4 virtues. You were not built for the harbor. Remember that English proverb that says a ship in the harbor is safe. But that is not what ships are built for. You were not built built for the family. You were not trained in the classical tradition so that you could live a cautious, comfortable, forgettable life. You were built for the open sea. Aristotle believed every human being has a purpose, a purpose towards which their entire life is aimed. The good life, he taught, is not about pleasure or wealth or followers. It's about living in accordance with your highest purpose. Using your greatest gifts in pursuit of what is genuinely excellent. It's not spending your day on social media or playing video games non-stop. That's for the small-souled human. The potential within you has been unlocked by your parents and your teachers. Use it for the greater good. Socrates spent his entire life asking questions that made powerful people uncomfortable. They killed him for it. And 2,400 years later, we are still talking about him. We are not talking about the people who killed him. We are talking about the man who refused to stop pursuing truth even when the truth was dangerous to his life. Pursue your purpose. Ask yourself, what was I created for? What is inside of me that came with me that I'm supposed to use to make the world a better place? Do not live like a surfboard at sea. When the waves come, it goes this way. When the waves go north, it goes north. No, you need to sit down and ask yourself, who am I? What was I created for? And so as I close, I just want to say that you were not created to blend in. Hence my title, Stand Out. Your teachers have instilled a gentle spirit, a strong mind, and a deep love for people. I've observed you all in the last few minutes, handing tissues to each other, giving each other hugs, clapping for the valedictorian, and everybody that has spoken here. You have love in your heart. And I need you to know, gentleness is not weakness. Kindness is not compliance. And the fire inside you is not something to hide. It is something to unleash. Loving people is not a bad thing. It's actually what's going to save the world. And these are the things that have been instilled in you. Listen to this. The world will try to reshape you. It will tell you what to value, what to chase, and who to become. Some of those voices will be loud, some will be subtle. Not all of them will have your best interest at heart. So do what Socrates did when every voice in Athens said one thing and the truth said another. Have a mind of your own. Stand when it is easier to sit. Speak when it is safer to be silent. Pursue what is true, not what is trending. Pursue what is good, not what is popular. Pursue what is beautiful, not what is flashy. And I ask you, dare to stand out. Not by being different for its own sake, but by being so deeply rooted in what is true, so stubbornly committed to what is good, and so fiercely devoted to what is beautiful, that mediocrity has no room to breathe in your presence. You were not raised to blend in. It's okay if everybody goes south and you're the only one going north, as long as you believe in what you're standing for. As long as you have convictions upon the grounds of truth, it's okay to be by yourself. And so what I'm asking you to do is think before you leave. Do not let social media direct your steps. You can think, you can read, you can write, you can speak. Do not conform to the patterns of this world. Lift your head up high. You were not raised to blend in. And I keep saying that because when you go to college, you've been in this cocoon at Western Now you are going into the world. It's a dark place sometimes. Not just dark, very, very dark. You're going to begin things you've never heard before. You are going to see people do the most stupid things. I'll tell you this. The first week of school, my son told me his roommate said he's abnormal. They are going to tell you you're abnormal because the education that you just received, literally 1 to 2% of the population receive it. So I can see how you go into that world and they describe you as abnormal because you know how to love, you know how to think, you know how to lift your head up high. It's okay. Do not try to blend in. Do not say to yourself, because I can't beat them, I'm going to join them. No, stand out. You were made to stand out. And I charge you to go. The world has been waiting for the abnormally normal human in you. And the best is yet to come. I wish you all the best in these next chapters. Go out there, dare to stand out.
Well, graduates, we have now come to the central moment of the morning, in which the Academy will grant diplomas to the class of 2026. I ask that Ms. Murray join me at the table and ask Ms. Dion, the Dean of Academics, to come to the podium and call the roll of the graduates. Graduates, please rise and take your places.
As your deans have called, please come to the stage to receive your diplomas from Ms. Kepper. Mr. Adam Applicator. Ms. Carmela Sofia Aguilar. Mr. Jordan Akahena. Mr. Caleb Beal. Miss Bella Bonabuz. Miss Gabriella Bonabuz. Miss Catherine Liliana Lee Waken.
Mr. Diego Camacho. Mr. Eric Cantu. Miss Madison Flores. Mr. Peter Rowden. Miss Evelyn Guzman. Miss Andrea Hernandez. Miss Hannah Voss. Mr. Lucas Monta. Miss Madison Mendez. Miss Eileen Mora. Miss Michaela Munoz. Miss Zaria Lachelle Murray. Miss Jordana. Mr. Christian Palacios. Miss Ariana Gomez. Miss Angelina Moon. Mr. Christian Savage. Mr. Kekoa.
stand together and prepare to join the choir in singing one last time. Pause, actually, to watch the video first. Seniors and faculty, please stand and prepare to join our choir in singing one last time for our seniors, our school song. The words are on the screen and anyone is welcome to join us.
The minstrel boy to the war is gone in the ranks of death go behind him. His father's sword he has girded on, and his papa slung behind him. Land of songs and the warrior bar go on, the world betrays thee. Sword at least thy right shall come, on faithful heart shall praise thee. The minstrel fell, but the foeman's shame could not bring his proud soul under. From heart he loved and spoke again, for he tore his swords asunder, and said, "No, so be thee, thou soul above and weary." Songs were made for the pure and free, they shall never sound in slavery.
Thank you, Dr. Sullivan. Graduates, please turn to face the audience. Graduates, please move the tassels on your caps from the right to the left. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in honoring these graduates of Great Hearts Western Hills, the class of 2026.
She's gonna dismiss him and then start it. She's shaking her head yes.
Congratulations, class of 2026. Good day, and for one final time.
The cameras. Looking at the receiving line. I'm thinking there would be. It's a great year.
Yes, she's officially. I know.
Yes.
No, I have to.
Put it down, put it down. You're gonna knock something.
I think
Stop putting it silent. Oh, is it everything?
right.
Yeah, Jade's like, yeah, she already knew. She already knew. Yeah. It's not like a regular, it's like 200 times. It's 11:46. Oh, yeah, it's early. We're gonna go to Olive Garden. Oh, I thought it was at 2. So they both better get out of here.
Jasmine's not going to over that.